Welcome to Term 2. I hope you've all enjoyed a wonderful Easter with your family and friends and have been able to make the best of the very trying circumstances that we find ourselves under. I thought this was an appropriate time to speak to the community because of all the anxiety that has been built up with regards to the school closures and remote learning over the next 10 weeks. There is certainly lots to worry about in society at the moment with this pandemic, with illness and death, and job losses, economic downturns. They are all worrying features, but we would also like to encourage people to think about the positive outcomes of this pandemic. Families spending a lot more quality time together, going for walks, riding bikes, the reduction in pollution, the traffic unfurling. All of these things are positive, and I think I say these as a message to the boys that it's not all doom and gloom, and we've got to be very careful that the message we send our kids is balanced, and so that they get a perspective that they will get through this and they will be better for it in the long run. Before Easter, we released our remote learning education plan, continuous education plan, and I just want to recap the basics of that today. And that is that staff will have put online all the learning materials that your boys will need to get them through their education over the next 10 weeks. The staff will touch base with your boys at their regular class times at least twice a week, and I want to emphasise at least. I know some parents are wanting to know that is that enough. The reality is some teachers will do more, but that is a minimum that we've asked all teachers to do, and they will continue to do this and be accessible to your boys at all times. Students will then complete the work that's been uploaded. They will transfer it back to the staff who will provide feedback, and then they will online indicate whether the boys have done that work. So as parents, you'll be able to monitor on a live basis whether your students have done the work that has been set and be aware of work that is upcoming. So the partnership will be stronger than it's ever been in you supporting your boys through their education. Teachers will remain available throughout the day, in particular at times that they're scheduled in their normal timetables, and I just encourage your sons to email their students if they are having any issues, or set up a remote online service so that they can access their staff when they need them. Parents will have access to an intimate knowledge of their son's education stronger than they've ever had previously. This is a fantastic opportunity for parents to buy into the education of their sons. However, it does provide also the negative that they will be able to see how teachers are working. They will find that teachers will work very differently. What I want to ensure people understand is there is no right or wrong way to teach. There is no one way to teach remotely. And so as you look at the different models of teaching, please be understanding and patient with the way that they're doing it, because all teachers will be doing their best to provide the best education for your sons in the various subject settings that they have. Unfortunately, we're also aware that in this time, whilst most boys will thrive with remote learning, it will encourage them to take responsibility for their learning. It will teach them new skills, and I think post this lockdown, the boys will be better for it. Unfortunately, there will be some boys who don't have that maturity and will fall away from their studies. We hope we've put in a number of measures in place to be able to identify these boys as quickly as we possibly can, and then work with parents to remedy those situations as soon as we can. We need to ensure that our boys are supported all the time, and then if there are any concerns, that you as parents and they as students contact the college to make sure that these things get sorted out sooner rather than later. I do feel for the senior boys in particular, not from an academic perspective, because as I say, they've got the maturity and the knowledge to be able to work their way through the remote learning, and by and large they will end up better students for having the experience of working remotely. However, they will be disadvantaged from a social perspective. There will be things that they will miss out on in their final year of their studies, and we just need to work together to ensure that we make this year as positive as we possibly can for them, to ensure that they have fond memories of their final year of secondary schooling. I think it's important that they don't focus on their final outcomes like ATARs and university placements, because I believe they will take care of themselves. I think what they need to focus on is doing the work that is being set, doing it to the best of their ability, and preparing themselves for exams which will take on an importance that has never been seen before. So I encourage you to support your boys through this time and ensure that they are working as hard as they possibly can, accessing the resources, including their teachers, to get the best possible results. I think more than ever, the partnership with parents and the school will need to be as strong as it's ever been. The words that come to mind are communication, respect, patience, and understanding. And I hope over this time that we can show in a two-way partnership that we can be that for each other and get our boys through this very trying time, and hope that they come out of this better people. I wish you luck, and if there's anything that you need, please contact the college.